Hey, Brady, how you feeling?
Not so great, Dad.
Would you like to hear a story?
Not really, Dad.
Fairy Tale Forest by Color Principle. Long ago, in a land of flowers, fairies, and magic, a queen ruled over her land from her mighty castle in the Garment Kingdom. But there was a dark presence looming in the distance, an evil king from the Mushroom Valley, hell-bent on stealing all the fairies' fabric. Only you can stop the evil king by purchasing Fairy Tale Forest from your local quilt shop today.
Wait a minute. Was this just an ad read for the Henry Glass line? I'm getting double allowance now, right?
Fair enough, Brady. Hey everybody, today I want to show you the Henry Glass March 2023 shipping collections as we're getting ready to order them very soon. So the first line is called Fairy Tale Forest, and this one is by Color Principle. And we start out here with this awesome 36-inch panel. You could do something really simple, just put some borders on it. You have a nice little quilt for a child, but it's really awesome, all the details, but you have the castle and then these beautiful fairies and all different skin colors and this nice foliage and mushrooms and flowers. Really spectacular panel here. And check out the fun selvage. Those are butterflies, really nice. And then we move on to the block print. These blocks are probably like 4 by 4, but so you have the butterflies, the fairies, you know, a whole bunch like that. So the fairies in different poses, the mushrooms, and then the butterflies on this beautiful colored ground. And then I love the way she uses like the little tie-dye effect there in the corners. So now we move on to the rest of the line, and we have a stripe, which is pretty simple here. Lots of little florals with that nice colored ground and swirling vines. And then we move on to the silhouettes of the fairies and multicolored, like a tie-dye look on this blue ground. And again, the fabric really feels super nice. And then we have the purple version of the same, which totally looks very different, especially, you know, the blue versus the purple. And then here we go on to an all over with the fairies and the mushrooms and all the flowers. And then we move on to more of the coordinates. So we have this lovely little plant on purple. We do the same on green. Little ferns in that tie-dye feel with a kind of a pink-purple ground shade. And then we move on here to some more foliage. So we have the green ground with the plants, the purple ground with the ferns and little plants, same on the green. And then we finish it off with the strong green print and the awesome mushrooms. Mushrooms have been really popular these days. So that is Fairy Tale Forest by Color Principle for Henry Glass Fabrics. The next March 2023 shipping collection from Henry Glass Fabrics is called Memories in Redwork, and it's by Stacy West of Buttermilk Basin. So we start out here. A lot of these designs have like an embroidery setup, so they're like little dotted lines, so you could embroider on those. And here we have the different little blocks. So you have a little plant, you got a dog, a nice flower, another plant, some birds, little fruit, teapot, frog, cow, and a bunch of different motifs. Check out her cute little selvage with these little triangles on them. And then here, this is Grandma's quilt block, quilt pattern. So this is supposed to be like a cheater. And again, you could embroider on these lines. And this is a 36-inch panel. And then we go on to the rest of the line. It's very subtle here. When you look at the lines, there's creams and whites, and they're very close. And even the reds, you have some a little bit darker reds, like even maybe you could see here, this is a red versus kind of a burgundy. But so let's check out the designs. Here is a stripe, and again, it ties back into the grandma quilt and the blocks. Again, it can be embroidered. Really nice there. And then we go to the teapot with the little flowers. Here we have the mushroom and the frog. Here we have this stripe. Here we have this little plant, and then we have it in 2 colors. These little, what look like screws or pins on the cream version, and then the red. These different triangles with the little hashes on them, and then some other motifs in here. You know, sometimes you just don't know the names of all these things. It's tricky. This one looks like a horseshoe with a pin going through and some arrows. Here we have these viney florals that are kind of climbing. Really nice. But again, here, check, you get the burgundy versus the red. So it's really close, but together they work really well. Here's the other color of that horseshoe design. Here's another one with these little dots, little boomerangs, I'm going to call them. Here we have a honeycomb with the little flower. This is the red. Here's the burgundy. And then we go down here. This one's really cool. This is a steering wheel from a car, a horn, and then you have a little car down here. And so this is like the light version, white or almost white, and then this is cream. And then we have these tiny little flowers that they call coral. So that's Memories of Breadwork, and that is by Stacey West. The next March 2023 shipping collection from Henry Glass Fabrics is called Chasing Rainbows, and this one is by Emily Dumas. And it's really a great name because it really is just that, chasing rainbows and fun things, butterflies, unicorns, hearts, things like that. Maybe no unicorns. Anyway, so here's the block print. This is this a panel, pattern 688. These are just running blocks, but love how it's on this fun, like multicolored dot in the background. Nice, cute little sayings here. Rainbow is my favorite color. Find your happy. Nice little selvage here with the little hearts. And then let's move on to the rest of the crew here. So we have a nice stripe that has, very uplifting themes and motifs: suns, flowers, butterflies, hearts, rainbows. I mean, those things make me smile. So let's keep going. Nice little cloud print here on a light aqua ground with little pops of color here, and the raindrops. Love that they have those colorful raindrops. Even the raindrops can be happy. So here we have another all over with a lot of those same motifs that are in the stripe. You have the butterfly, the suns, the rainbows, the flowers, and then here we have the rainbows. Really a nice play on rainbows, having lots of fun designing them in different ways, more colorful. And then let's move on here to the more simpler prints. So here we have a pink ground with this white flower, little leaves over there. Then we have a tiny little multi-heart print on white, multicolored butterflies on pink here. Again, fabric feels really nice. The Korean prints are fabulous. Here we have the small multicolored rainbow. We have the white rainbow on green. And then we finish it off with this like psychedelic blender in aqua and pink. So that's Chasing Rainbows by Emily Dumas. The next March 2023 shipping collection is called Flower Market, and this one is by Jessica Mundo. She's been very prolific for us. So nice line here, a lot of white, a lot of black, and then you have some pops of red in there with the flowers, but the idea is to have the flower market and flowers delivered either on a bicycle or in a truck or buying it at the store. So here you have this fun panel with the different blocks, fun little selvage here, tiny little flower. But these little rectangles have little motifs and words. Here you get Fresh Cut Daily with the little bicycle, and then a nice bouquet, and then nice little vases with flowers, and then there's the truck. Stems and blooms, flower truck, open till dusk. So really all the info is there. And now we go to the stripe. The stripe has a lot of the motifs here that I just showed you in those blocks. You got the trucks, the flowers, the bicycles, some of the words, and it says Flower Market too. And then here we go into more of the print. So we have the little bicycles, so we could deliver the flowers on the bicycle. Then we have the red version, and then we have those trucks on the white ground. Really simple design, not too detailed, not too colorful, but effective nonetheless. And then we move on to the black ground print, the lovely rose print, and then the bicycle with the larger wheels and more flowers in there, and then the larger version of that same flower. And actually, here we have a white ground with the tiny flower, and then this is the medium version. So Marcus, just show us here. So you have a large one tight, a little bit smaller tight, and then you have it opened up a little bit more on the black. And then we finish it off with some florally type words, and that is Flower Market by Jessica Mundo for Henry Glass Fabrics. The next March 2023 Henry Glass shipping collection is called Cat Rescue, and this one is by Grace Violet Designs. And we start out here with the 24-inch panel. Fun little happy cat sitting on the top of these little boxes, some other little kittens playing around there, and then you have a lot of the motifs from the line. So you have these little hearts will be in the line, the little paw prints in the pink and the black, and then this little strip with the paw prints and the cats. Cute little selvage here, little cat faces, and then here we move on to some blocks. So I'm not going to guess what size these blocks are, but more of the same, lots of the little cats playing around in the little boxes and little bags, and fun little paw prints around here, and your traditional cat motifs, little mice, the yarn, and stuff like that. And nice little added bonus here, we have the little labels, so you could use those to when you make a quilt and you gift it. So let's move on to the rest of the line. It is not the biggest line. We got 2 there, 6, 8, 9, 10, so about 10 SKUs. This is what I call offset blocks typically. These are different size blocks with different motifs from the line. Some are rectangular, some are square, some are small, some are big, and just a nice variety of things in there. I love this cat's doing downward dog. That's really cute. Here we go to the stripe, which again, the stripe usually ties it all together, and this has everything. So it has the blocks, it ties into the panel, the all-overs, and all the basics as well. So let's get into more of the basic stuff. We have the yarn on the black ground. We have the cats on the grayish ground, gray-blue ground with the little balls of yarn. Little mice, very cute. And then we go on here to little paw prints, black on white, and then pink on pink, and then we finish it off with these cream hearts that have little pops of pink hearts in there. So that is Cat Rescue from Grace Violet Designs. The final March 2023 shipping collection from Henry Glass Fabrics is called Dorothy Jean's Flower Garden, and this one is by Mary Jane Carey, and it has her traditional look that she has, which is just these very soft colors, really nice flowers. So here we have this lovely blooming flower. We did it on the light blue, the pink, and then it's cream or maybe even a yellow. It's really light, but it is not white. And then we go on to these different flowers on the blue, and then on that same yellowish, very light yellow ground. And then we did a paisley on green, and then with pink, but just really soft and sweet and really nice. Here we have some more spread out viney flowers. This is the pink, and then that yellow, and then the blue, and then we go down to the kind of coordinates or the sort of basics. So you have these little leaves with the little dot in the background, the green, the blue, and the pink, and then we finish it off with this blue and green check. So that is Dorothy Jean's Flower Garden by Mary Jane Carey for Henry Glass Fabrics. I'm here today to show you the March 2023 Studio E shipping collections, and the first line we have is called Discotheque, and this is just that. This line makes you want to dance, get really crazy. Some of the things in this line have names that I don't really know what they are. They're not used regularly in my life, so I'm going to do the best I can to kind of get it all to you. This one is the one that I don't know, but it's got a lot of different components. It's got the noise, it's got numbers. It's like the DJ booth, let's call it that. Here we have some binary numbers. Really cool. Find the blue one. Good luck. Here we have some more computer techie stuff. Here we have sound waves or voice waves, really nice with different colors. Here we have the bubbles. I know that one for sure. I love the way they have like the shade of pink on it. Really cool there. Here are more of the sound waves or voice waves or just the music popping. And then here we have little dots. Those are fun. Then we have the keyboard to the computer. Then we have like this blender on the pink, really fun, and then these kind of wavy, it looks like a striation. It looks like the inside of your arm, maybe like the veins and the muscles and the tendons and all that, and then we finish it off with some really colorful smoke. So I hope you appreciated me winging it here to explain to you the Discotheque collection by Studio E Fabrics. Hey everybody, good afternoon. Scott Fortunoff here. I'm here to show you the Blank Quilting March 2023 shipping collections, and we start off with Break of Dawn, and this one is by Sinead Jones. So we start out here with the panel. Is this a panel? Yes, it is a panel. So there will be a cut line, as you can see right here. So you have these different blocks with the different roosters in there. Really cool. Love the cream background with the words, subtle words in it that you can't really read, but they're there. Here we have all these different color roosters. So one panel will have 8 blocks. So that's great. And then check out on the bottom here, we have a simple but neat little selvage. And then let's move on to the rest of the line. So here's your stripe that has that cream ground again with the words in there and some of the other motifs that you're going to see, the different roosters, the plaid, the little grapes. And then let's go on to an all over. So you have the chicken wire in the background with the different roosters around there, chickens, hens. I live in Connecticut. I don't really know all this stuff. But anyway, you get the idea. And then here we have these little squares with all the different chickens, roosters, hens inside on the blue ground. And then we have this scenic on the blue ground with the sun and the sky and all the different roosters frolicking around. Here we have more of the same on the cream brown with the different plants. And then we have a little like fern print or different little viney branches on blue. And then we have these cute little wildflowers on a white, or it's a little bit creamy, this ground. Really great color here with the yellow, red, and blue. Here's that plaid that they were snuck into the stripe. Here you have more of the roosters, chickens, hens, and butterflies. And then we finish it off here with the black ground and a little bit larger flowers, but everything always pops off black, and these look fabulous. So that is A Break of Dawn for the Blank Quilting Corporation by Sinead Jones. The next March 2023 shipping collection from the Blank Quilting Corporation is called A to Zoo, and this is by Hannah of Pencil and Ink Studios. Love this panel, 36-inch panel. This one is perfect for, that quilt for a kid where you just throw some things on the side, or even a kid could probably make it and just have it right there on their bed. It's really effective because you could learn all the letters and different animal names that are associated with the letters. But this is the winner chicken dinner on the selvage design. I mean, check that out. This is probably the best one I've ever seen. Look how awesome that is, really cool. And then here we go into the 36-inch panel. This one is a book panel, as you know. It's a soft book. The instructions are down here. You could put it all together, and it makes for fun reading for a child. It's pretty easy to make, said he who never made it, but I've heard it's pretty easy to make. So let's check out the rest of the line here. We got the stripe that really usually ties everything together. So you got the alphabet, the animal prints, the animals, the alphabet, some little plants, and then it repeats down here. Again, that awesome selvage. Look at that, Marcus. Get in there. Really cool. So these are what I like to call offset blocks. So different size rectangles and squares, and just kind of fitting in there like a puzzle. And here they're using all those different letters and the animals associated with the different letters. So let's keep going here. So now we go to this really rich blue ground with the animal heads and the little paw prints. Here we have the packed animals. Those are always very popular. They're all just kind of packed in there real tight. And here we have the white ground with the gray paw prints in the background, some little plants, and then the animals in an all-over toss. Here we have like what we have in the 36-inch panel with the little letters that are associated with the animals, and the animals right there. This is more of a toss. And then we move down here to the basics. We have this yellow ground with the silhouettes of the animals and the sun. Then we have the white ground with the different sort of paw prints for all the animals. Here we have red ground ABCD print, and then we finish it off with a leopard print. So that was A to Zoo by Hannah of Pencil and Ink Studios. The next March 2023 shipping collection from the Blank Quilting Corporation is called Flower Power, and this is from Fran Morgan of Fabric Cafe. This line doesn't have any panels. It's really all about the color, and this relates back to the book that she writes, and it's all about 3-yard quilts. So these designs were made for 3-yard quilts, and there will be a bunch of 3-yard quilts that we have written the instructions for that you'll have access to if you buy into this line. So here we have this really fun flower. Again, Flower Power, I totally see it. On the pink ground with the fun dots, and then we did on white, and then on green, and then on blue. So I guess that's the whole idea, that everything is kind of circles back and not a ton of prints, but a lot of the same, so it could all be mixed together. So here you have the smaller flowers with these little circles in the background and the colorful dots again. Just while I have you, check out the fun little selvage with the little stars. So here's the blue version of this. We have the white and the green as well. Then we move on to these circles. Let's call these figure eights for argument's sake. Maybe those are, some of these are not. But little circles with dots in it and then dots on it as well. So we have blue, green, pink, and the black is a multi-dot, which is fun and keeps you on your toes. So then we go here and you have the dot on the white, the multi-dot, fun little stripe, and then you have the other version of this, which is the white ground and the colorful dots on the circles that I called figure eights. So that is Flower Power by Fran Morgan from Fabric Cafe. The next Blank Quilting March 2023 shipping collection is called Traditional Primitives, and this is by none other than Missy Carpenter. So here we start off with this pretty awesome 36-inch panel Really cool decoration here, kind of goes in a circle. You have like a little vase over here and here. And then there's cutouts here, so you could cut these portions out on the top. There is cutting marks all around the fabric. Check out the selvage here, fun little stars. And then here's the stripe. This is really these are the two most important prints for the collection. The rest of the line is a bunch of little simple ditzy sort of prints. So here you have a little berry on this, this really cool color ground. It's like a dark purple. Here we have it on cream. There you have it on the dark green. Then we have these little star clusters on cream, on purple, on like a rusty red, or a burnt red, and then you have a rust color here. Here we have these little hash marks on the burgundy, green, gold, and then this is a single skew. This little hash marks here, making a little pattern on the green. And this one, Marcus, while you're up here, this is the other skew that is only one color. It's like a blender. It's similar to the urban legend we used to have, but has more color in there. Here we have these little clusters of leaves, or like pine trees. Here you have green, you have like a spearmint green, a really rich purple. And then we have here a little budding plants. We have green, like a light cream. And then we go to these little circles made up of dots, and then these figure eights. This is on that burnt red. Here we have it on really great green, like a seafoam color. And then we finish it off here with these little leaf prints. We have brown, a cool green blue, and then we finish it off with a gold. So there you have it. That is called Traditional Primitives, and that is by Missy Carpenter.